James Gunn's Superman may have not been an entertaining film, but the drama surrounding it surely is fascinating. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that Forbes has started a war. That's right. Their attempt to undercut all of the fan sites has pretty much got all of them up in arms to call Forbes out about their reporting regarding that of James Gunn's Superman. So yeah, things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. All here today on The 4Kill. This article is coming from thatparkplace.com. It is titled, Forbes says Superman made $100 million of profit after claiming it lost money at the box office. On October the 6th, a Forbes contributor analyst by Tim Lammers suggested that James Gunn's Superman failed to make money at the box office in theaters. By November the 8th, the same outlet published a new piece by Mark Hughes, flatly claiming the opposite, that the film generated more than $100 million in profits. Hughes blamed low-quality fan sites that push rumors and clickbait for the rumors that Superman was anything but a massive box office success. The problem? This Superman as a box office failure narrative started with his own site. Let's start with the math everyone agrees on. According to Forbes' own reporting, Superman ended its theatrical run on October the 2nd, 2025. After 84 days in release, the film earned $354 million domestically and $261 million internationally for a worldwide total of $615 million. I thought it was going to be $1 billion. I guess many people got way ahead of themselves. That's roughly $350 million in total costs before residuals, interest, and studio overhead. Now, a lot of people do not understand exactly what that means, and I want to break it down for you. Residuals, interest, and studio overhead can cost an additional $100 to $150 million. That's right. That is a lot of money. So if a film lost money theatrically, and it also has to pay all of that too, it has an uphill battle to earn a profit, okay? I just want to point that out to y'all because I know a lot of people don't understand exactly how movie studios make money and how much money they actually pay out in regards to that of making a movie. I mean, it's a lot. As industry analysts repeatedly note, studios typically take home about 50% of global box office receipts after splitting revenue with theaters. That means Warner Brothers will keep approximately $308 million of Superman's total. That's a shortfall of $42 million, and that's before any residuals or back-end payments are factored in. So while Tim Lammers stopped short of calling the film a flop, his analyst made it clear that Superman lost money at the box office in theaters. Warner Brothers, according to that report, will be depending heavily on digital sales and streaming to make up the difference. Just a month after Lammers' article, Forbes contributor Mark Hughes published an article titled DCU Endgame. What is James Gunn's superhero universe building towards? We pause. It did not say Endgame, it said Endgame. It was missing the D. As I said, he was so much in a rush to cash that check, he forgot to proofread. All right, and fired off this gem. Quote, there's a lot of mistaken analysts out there about Gunn, the DCU, and Superman. He said, some websites, mostly on low-quality fan sites that push rumors and clickbait, are trying to spin things as if Superman is some sort of box office failure and that audiences aren't interested. The film generated more than $100 million in profits, had great reviews and audience scores, and did big numbers in theaters and home entertainment, but you can safely ignore it and anyone pushing those false narratives. That paragraph, pulled directly from Forbes, would be unremarkable if it wasn't for one tiny issue. The mistaken analyst Hughes is denouncing came from his own publication. So the low-quality websites that you're talking about is damn Forbes themselves. Come on, Hughes. Come on. In fact, the only significant change between the two reports is tone. Hughes' piece doesn't offer any new revenue data or updated financial breakdowns. It simply declares profitability, scolds dissenters, and moves on. If Hughes has inside numbers from Warner Brothers Discovery proving the movie turned a profit, he doesn't share them. There's no mention of how much money Superman made on home entertainment, digital sales, or streaming rights, nor any citation for the claim of more than $100 million in profit. Instead, he leans into broad generalities about great reviews, strong home entertainment numbers, and approaching $150 million globally when it's all said and done. That phrasing is a red flag. It moves the goalposts from verifiable box office data to vague, all-inclusive totals that lump together digital rentals, VOD sales, and potential future revenue, all without transparency or sourcing. If the latter were correct, Warner Brothers would be shouting it from the rooftops. Instead, studio executives have remained quiet, leaving fans and analysts to piece together the truth from scattered public data and the contradictory coverage of one of America's top financial outlets. Why it matters? This isn't just about a superhero movie, it's about media credibility. When two writers under the same Forbes banner publish opposite financial conclusions about the same film within a month, it raises some serious questions about editorial consistency, sourcing, and oversight. Until Warner Brothers Discovery opens the books or Forbes provides documentation to support Hughes' claim, the safest conclusion is that Superman theatrical run underperformed and the profit narrative is marketing spin. Oh, I got a few things to say about this one. First, I would like to say that this is a travesty that we have a contributor of a site as great as Forbes bending the knee for Warner Brothers Discovery's narrative. That's right. This thing has been a marketing ploy for quite some time, and we have the evidence. Put it up on the screen. This is coming from Geek Tyrant, and I need for you to pay attention. It is titled, Superman's Profits Reportedly Triple Man of Steel's. Now, it says that this article was published 2 months ago, but in reality, it was published nearly 3 months ago. Now, think about it like this. At that time, James Gunn's Superman didn't even reach $600 million worldwide. So how is it that your production budget is $225 and your marketing budget is $125, what you guys reported to us as, and you haven't reached $600 million worldwide, and suddenly your profits is triple that of Man of Steel's? I need for you to think about that for a second. How can it be triple when you haven't reached Man of Steel's box office total internationally? Or, well, domestically you did, but not internationally. But at that time, you were still in like the mid 500s or the high 500s. So how is it that you were able to triple Man of Steel's profits? And we all know that the thing did not do good digitally. Despite what is being reported to you, this thing was not rented on a level that they hoped for. And speaking of being rented, the article mentioned residuals and that of overhead. So if the theatrical loss was $42 million, that can easily be an additional $80 to $100 million. So that $42 million loss is looking more like a $150 million loss. And I feel that Warner Brothers Discovery cannot deal with that. They thought that this was going to be a hit. They spent $350 million. There's no way that you're going to convince me that the studio was not looking for $1 billion when you spend that type of money. See, a lot of people don't understand this. They don't understand that a budget of $350 can easily be a cost of like $600 million when you add in the residuals and the participations and the overhead. We know that the profit is not no $150 million. We know this. And Mark, it is a shame for you to try to spin this failing universe into a positive light. I don't know how much they paid you. I don't. But in reality, I feel that it was good for you to keep quiet. Don't even open your mouth, especially if you're not going to provide any additional information. just coming on the website saying it was profitable. And you don't add nothing to the conversation. Nothing. So, as the article implied, we are not going to know anything until Warner Brothers provide the documentation and Forbes comes up with something, some breakdown, something. However, we all know that at this very moment, those books are being cooked. I reported to you guys yesterday that Warner Brothers Discovery claimed that Superman's profits was offset by the TV losses. All right, that is the beginning of the cover-up.